Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
You are listening to the Cricket Corner podcast with me, Vatsal Vora. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the IPL recap after round 1 here on the Cricket Corner podcast with me, Vatsal Vora. Now, the reason why I am calling this round 1 is because all 10 teams have featured once. So there have been 5 matches in the IPL 2024 in the past 3 days. We have had 5 matches, which means that each team has played at least once, and I feel like this is the ideal time to talk about each and every team and see where they stand after their first round of matches. So I think this is something which IPL has done for quite a few seasons now, and that is that their first match of the season is played on a Friday, so you can have one match on Friday, and weekends are usually double headers in the IPL, so then you have 2 games on a Saturday and 2 games on Sunday, which means that you have played 5 matches in the first 3 days, which allows all 10 teams to basically play one game. So that is the point in which we are at the moment. As things stand, out of the 5 matches which have been played, Rajasthan Royals, Chennai Super Kings, the Punjab Kings, Gujarat Titans and Kolkata Knight Riders have picked up 2 points, whereas the likes of Sunrisers Hyderabad, Mumbai Indians, Delhi Capitals, the Royal Challengers Bengaluru and Lucknow Super Giants are still winless after their first round of matches. So this podcast will be relatively small. We'll talk about all 5 matches and see where each team stands. So yeah, the first match of this Indian Premier League season was between the Royal Challengers Bengaluru and the defending champions Chennai Super Kings, which CSK won by 6 wickets. Now, before we talk about each and every game, there are 2 games in particular which stood out for me, and those were the games between the Kolkata Knight Riders and Sunrisers Hyderabad, and the most recent game of round 1 in the form of Gujarat Titans and the Mumbai Indians. But since we already started to talk about RCB versus CSK, let's just finish off that really quickly before we move on and talk about the juicy games which took place in the IPL. So as we mentioned, the first game of the IPL season was played between RCB and CSK, and even before that particular game there was a big talking point in the form of Mahendra Singh Dhoni stepping down as CSK captain, allowing Ruturaj Gaikwad to take reins. This happened just like 24 hours before the start of the IPL, and it was all over social media. I think I made a YouTube short and a TikTok out of it as well, which did quite well. So if you have missed that, please log into my Twitter account and TikTok account and YouTube stuff to find that out. But I think Ruturaj Gaikwad would be happy with how he did on his captaincy debut. He guided the Chennai Super Kings to a 6-wicket victory over RCB at Chepauk. It was a typical Chepauk kind of a game, if you personally ask me. It was slow, but not so slow. There were a few runs on offer, but if you bowl really well, you could get the most out of the wicket. Royal Challengers Bangalore were the ones who were batting first because they won the toss and decided to bat. and they got off to a shaky start because they were like 42 for 3 and had lost the likes of Duplessis, Rajat Patidar and Glenn Maxwell. But in the end, they did manage to get to 173 thanks to Anuj Rawat's brilliance towards the end. He scored 48 of 25 deliveries, 4 fours and 3 sixes along the way. But in reply, Chennai Super Kings were able to chase down that target with relative ease. They chased down 174 in just 18.4 overs thanks to some handy little cameos. Firstly, from debutant Rachin Ravindra, 37 of just 15 balls for him, and then Shivam Dube coming in towards the end and forging a partnership with Ravindra Jadeja to take CSK home. Now, the main talking point to come out of the Chennai Super Kings versus the Royal Challengers Bangalore game was the emergence of Rachin Ravindra. Now, ever since Devon Conway was injured, we all expected someone like Rachin Ravindra to come into the game, into the Chennai Super Kings playing 11 from the get-go. Usually that is not the case as far as CSK are concerned. They like to keep hold of their young talent and slowly announce them to the world stage, slowly bring them into the starting 11. But due to the injury to Devon Conway, it meant that someone like Rachin Ravindra was thrown straight into the deep end, and he did really well. He looked really confident in the 37-run innings. He scored 3 fours and 3 sixes along the way as well. But the man of the match in that particular game was Mustafizur Rahman. He was outstanding when he was introduced into the attack. I think he was the second change, if I recollect things well, and he picked up 4 wickets, 4 for 29, but he bowled an outstanding first spell. I think his first 2 overs barely went for any runs whatsoever, and he picked up the all-important wicket of Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis and Rajat Patidar, and towards the end he did also pick up the wicket of Cameron Green. So he picked up 4 really crucial wickets. And we have seen this with CSK time and time again, that a player who is struggling with confidence, struggling with form, suddenly is being unveiled in yellow jersey and he just picks up his form out of nowhere. Last season we saw that with Ajinkya Rahane and Shivam Dube. Ajinkya Rahane had a terrible season with KKR in 2022, but when he arrived in yellow and in Chepauk, he was a completely different player altogether. Similar to Shivam Dube, he was seen as a bit of a journeyman in IPL, but since wearing yellow, he's on the fringes of the Indian T20 side now, and this is something very similar happening to Mustafizur Rahman. His Bangladesh form was a bit dicey in the recent series against Sri Lanka. He was going at above 10 and over in all the T20Is which the two sides played, but since coming to CSK and in his very first game, he picks up 4 very crucial wickets, and it is a good start as far as Ruturaj Gaikwad is concerned. So CSK won the first match of the 2024 IPL. Then came the Saturday, which was a double header. It was the Punjab Kings taking on the Delhi Capitals in their new stadium. So we are no longer playing at the PCA Stadium in Mohali. We are now playing at the Maharaja Yadavendra Singh International Cricket Stadium in Mulanpur, which is a brand new facility in Chandigarh. And in their first game in their new home, the Punjab Kings, skippered and captained by Shikhar Dhawan, decided to bowl after winning the toss. And it was a pretty straightforward win as far as the Punjab Kings are concerned. They bowled really well in the first innings. I think they barely gave a scoop to the Delhi Capitals batters. Now, Delhi Capitals have some excellent batters in their team. David Warner, Mitchell Marsh, Shea Hope. They were outstanding. All of those 3 international superstars getting a start, but none of them were able to capitalize and take it to a big score and make sure that Delhi Capitals can get to that 190-200 kind of a total. In the end, they could only manage 174. But the main talking point to come out of this PBKS and DC game was the return of Rishabh Pant. I think this was the game which every Indian fan was looking forward to, not because it was a game between the Punjab Kings and Delhi Capitals. Now I'm sure Punjab and Delhi fans were eagerly waiting for this clash all along. But this is a game that all Indian fan, particularly the test side of things, were looking forward to seeing, because it has been close to 400 days since we last saw Rishabh Pant on a cricketing field. He came back. He missed the 2023 IPL. He comes back. He's not only the captain of the Delhi Capitals, but he's also been deemed fit by the NCA to keep wickets, and keep wickets he did. He was so sharp behind the stumps. Yes, he didn't get a good stumping, or he had a few catches here and there, but he looked so sharp, particularly when it was Kuldeep Yadav who was bowling. He was able to pick the ball which were turning. He was able to quickly whip off the bails. Yes, he didn't get a good clean stumping like, let's say, Mahendra Singh Dhoni had in the IPL final last season, but he was looking so sharp when he came out to bat. Yes, he only scored 18 runs, but the 2 boundaries he scored were really classy. I remember a very classy cover drive. So it's so good to see someone like Rishabh Pant come back into professional cricket, into competitive cricket, and things are looking really, really positive. Rishabh Pant is just such a nice bloke. He's a very good cricketer. He's a generational talent, but he's a very, very good human being as well. And that is the reason why the Indian fans and cricketing fans around the world like him. He's so chattery behind the stumps as well. When the Delhi Capitals were fielding, there were constant noise, the constant Rishabh Pant chatter coming out of the stump mic, and that was just eye-watering, to say the least. It was so good to see him talking to the bowlers, having a good laugh with the striker, having a good laugh with the fielders around. And I think the return of IPL is a big plus, not only for the Indian Premier League, not only for the Delhi Capitals, but for Team India in general. However, despite the return of Rishabh Pant, he could not steer Delhi Capitals to a victory on that occasion. Punjab Kings did win that game by 4 wickets, and that was in no small thanks to their English contingent. I think Punjab Kings are a side which has the maximum English players in their squad. They have 4 in total. 3 of them were playing in the game against the Delhi Capitals. They played Johnny Bairstow, Sam Curran and Liam Livingstone. Johnny Bairstow unfortunately was run out after scoring just 9 runs, but it was Sam Curran and Liam Livingstone who took the Punjab Kings towards victory. Sam Curran was not very good with the ball. He just bowled 1 over which went for 10 runs, but he was excellent with the bat. 63 of 47 deliveries. It is his highest score in IPL cricket. But once he was dismissed, there was still Liam Livingstone out there in the middle to safely guide Punjab Kings towards their first victory of this IPL season. Livingstone scoring 38 of 21 deliveries, 2 fours and 3 sixes along the way. So the Punjab Kings joining Chennai Super Kings with their first victory of the season after playing just 1 match. Then came probably the game of round 1 of the IPL, and that was between the Kolkata Knight Riders and the Chennai Super Kings? No, it was not the Chennai Super Kings. So the Kolkata Knight Riders against the Sunrisers Hyderabad in Kolkata. Now, before we talk about this game, I think I've already mentioned that KKR won that game, so there is no surprise in that side of things. But before we start talking about the KKR SRH game, I want to talk about the conditions and the pitch in Eden Gardens. Now, roll your memory back 10 years when KKR were probably the best side in the IPL. They won 2 trophies in 2012 and 2014. The reason why they could win those 2 IPLs in particular was that the Eden Gardens pitch was renowned for spin, and KKR had some excellent spinners. They had Piyush Chawla, they had Sunil Narayan, they had Kuldeep Yadav coming through. But since then, that spin factor has just gone out of the Eden Gardens pitch when it comes to the IPL. You still see those spinning wickets in international cricket like we saw it in the World Cup. But when it comes to the IPL, the the curator just doesn't give KKR the kind of pitches that they want. They don't want a pitch which will give you 200 runs any day of the week. They want to get pitches which will offer a bit of spin, something for the bowlers. Not a kind of pitch which we see in Lucknow, like a 130 pitch. They want pitches which is 160, 170, can grip if they have got the right spinners. And KKR have got right spinners. They have 3 outstanding spinners in the form of Sunil Narine, Varun Chakravarti and Suyash Sharma. Yes, KKR did win that game, but I think they need to have a word with the curators, because if they want to go further ahead in this IPL season, they will want their pitches. But keeping the pitches onto a side, KKR did win that game by just 4 runs. 208 for 7 from their quota of 20 overs. In reply, Sunrisers Hyderabad 204. But that is not the whole story. No, because there were some outstanding batters on display at Eden Gardens yesterday. First of all, we start by talking about Phil Salt. I don't know why the Delhi Capitals let him go. I don't know why no one picked Phil Salt in the auction. But when the opportunity arrived, KKR pounced on it, took Phil Salt into their ranks, and he showed the faith delivered to him by the KKR side. 54 of 40 deliveries, 3 fours and 3 sixes, took KKR to a blinding start when Bhuvneshwar Kumar was able to get the ball swinging in both directions. But once he got out, it was once again a collapse of a middle order with the likes of Venkatesh Iyer, Shreyas Iyer and Nitish Rana not really contributing with the bat. And it was the same story all over again, that hang on, now we are relying on someone like Rinku Singh to give you runs. But yes, Rinku Singh did give you 23 runs, but it was the Andre Russell show. Time and time again, over the past couple of years, people have been wondering for how long can Andre Russell perform in the IPL, because we have seen his form be a bit of a roller coaster in the past few seasons. The threat which someone like Andre Russell used to possess a few years ago, that threat is not there in opposition players and management's mind any longer. But after this innings, I think that threat has returned, because he scored 64 of just 29 deliveries, of just 25 deliveries, I beg your pardon, just 3 fours, 7 sixes along the way, playing at a strike rate of 256, guiding KKR, a struggling KKR, to 208. And then when it comes to the Eden Gardens, you feel like 208 would be a good total to defend. Because if Sunrisers would have chased down 208, that would have been the 4th highest run chase in IPL history. And they nearly did. Now, to get to 204 with a very good bowling lineup, they had Mitchell Stark, they had Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narine, Suyash Sharma, as we mentioned. You have to have someone who can play that Russell kind of an innings. And Sunrisers Hyderabad found that in the form of Henrik Klassen. Klassen nearly took the game out of KKR's hands. The game was in KKR hands. In the last 3 overs, Sunrisers Hyderabad needed 60 to win at a required run rate of 20 runs per over, and they nearly got there. They got 21 out of the 18th over, 27 out of the 19th over, which made the equation so in favor of Sunrisers Hyderabad that they needed 13 to win of the final over. There comes the inexperience of Harshit Rana, concedes 6 of the very first delivery of Henrik Klassen. Then Henrik Klassen gets off strike. That's 7 runs gone already. Now you are defending 6 runs of 4 deliveries, and KKR somehow managed to win. He first gets the wicket of Shahbaz Ahmed. Then Klassen comes back onto the strike, tries to hit the winning runs, gets the outside edge. Suyash Sharma takes a breathtaking catch at short third man, and the game is in KKR's grasp completely. But what an innings from Henrik Klassen, 63 of just 29 deliveries when he was dismissed. He didn't score a single 4 in his entire 29 ball innings. Instead, he scored 8 sixes along the way. He was partnered really, really well by Shahbaz Ahmed towards the end. He made a quick fire 16 of just 5 deliveries, 1 4 and 2 sixes along the way. And it felt like these two would just take the Sunrisers Hyderabad towards the finishing line and get them an unexpected 2 points. But alas, that wasn't it. Credit to Harshit Rana for keeping his nerves. He picked up 3 for 33 in the end, and the aggression and the way in which he bowled was just outstanding. KKR have a real gem on their hands in the form of Harshit Rana. They have Vaibhav Arora as well, who is competing along with Harshit Rana for that Indian fast bowling slot. But I think Harshit Rana showed that he is just magnificent and you can trust him when the pressure is on. Many would have given that over to someone like Andre Russell because of his experience, but Harshit Rana had bowled really well in his opening spell. Credit to Shreyas Iyer for backing him, and backed he did, and he made sure that the high-flying Klaasen and Shahbaz Ahmed couldn't get those final 13 runs and can see KKR win by 4 wickets. That was probably the game of the first round of the 2024 IPL, and the win belonged to KKR on that occasion. Then we move on to the double header which was played today. At the time of recording, it's Sunday the 24th of March, and we had 2 games today as well. First of all, it was the game at the Savai Mansingh Stadium in Jaipur, and that was the game between the Rajasthan Royals and the Lucknow Super Giants. I think it's safe to say that it was probably the easiest victory out of all 5 matches in the first round of IPL. RR comfortably winning by 20 runs. Lucknow Super Giants were never really in the game when they were chasing, because the run rate, it felt like, was always going out of their hands despite them trying to forge a partnership here and there. But unfortunately, it was too little too late for the Lucknow Super Giants, and they have been handed their first defeat by Rajasthan Royals. Royals did win the toss and elect to bat first. In the Jaipur heat, Yashasvi Jaiswal 24, Josh Butler scored just 11, but it was a brilliant partnership by the 2 middle order players in the form of captain Sanju Samson, and a resurgence in form and an excellent partnership by Rayan Parag as well. What a resurgence he has had in recent times. He had an excellent Ranji Trophy, excellent Syed Mushtaq Ali, and now he's taking that domestic form into the IPL and is kind of showing the promise which Rajasthan Royals has been telling the IPL fraternity that he possesses. But it was a game that Sanju Samson dominated with the bat. 82 of 52 balls, 3 4s, 6 sixes along the way. The love story between Sanju Samson and IPL's opening match continues. He's had a couple of half centuries, a century along the way in the past few seasons. In the opening match of the IPL, he's again showed his class, and it was something that you have to stand up and applaud, because Yashasvi Jaiswal and Josh Butler have been so good for Rajasthan Royals over the past couple of seasons. 2022 completely belonged to Butler, while 2023 was the year of Yashasvi Jaiswal. Both of them got out relatively cheaply and relatively early. Sanju Samson then forging a brilliant partnership with Rayan Parag to take RR to 193. Rayan Parag also scoring a really useful and a valuable 43 of just 29 deliveries. He scored 3 sixes along the way as well. And in reply, as I said, Lucknow Super Giants were never really in the game. KL Rahul did score 58. He came out to open with Quinton de Kock, but I think he wasn't up to it. He wasn't playing in a flamboyant fashion in which we associate KL Rahul with. Yes, he ended up with a strike rate of 131, but he was run a ball for the first 20-25 runs, which kind of took the gas away from the Lucknow Super Giants run chase. Now I can see why someone like Rahul would anchor the innings from the get-go, because he doesn't have a lot of experience to come into the middle order. You have the likes of Padikkal, Ayush Badoni, Deepak Hooda to come, but those 3 players didn't really play well. It was some hope was delivered in the form of Nicholas Puran, who scored 64 of 41 deliveries, but as I said, it was too little too late, and the Lucknow Super Giants fell to a 20-run defeat. And finally, the game which has just concluded recently, and that was the big game everyone was looking forward to, and it was the game between the Gujarat Titans and the Mumbai Indians. The game was particularly looked forward to because of the controversial fashion in which Hardik Pandya decided to leave Gujarat Titans, and in even more controversial fashion, him being appointed as the Mumbai Indians captain straight away and replacing a successful captain in the form of Rohit Sharma, who has guided MI to 5 IPL trophies. So a lot of controversy surrounding on like a controversial cloud on top of this game, and the controversy started from the toss itself. There was a bit of booing from the Gujarat fans at the Narendra Modi Stadium when Hardik Pandya walked out with Shubman Gill for the toss. And usually we don't associate booing with cricket, and that too with Indian cricket, but it was something I think Gujarat fans felt personal about, because Hardik Pandya was one of their own. He is from Gujarat after all. He guides the franchise to the IPL title in their very first season, and in the second season he takes them to the final. Is just within 2 balls of beating the mighty Chennai Super Kings, but it was Ravindra Jadeja who took the game away from them. So he's guided them to 2 finals, winning 1, and then to see him go just like that and then be captain of a rival side, I think that was a bit too much for Gujarat fans to take, and boo they did. Unfortunately, Hardik Pandya suffered defeat against his former side, Gujarat Titans, winning the match by just 6 runs. It was Pandya who won the toss, elected to bowl first, and Gujarat in reply scoring 168. It looked like the score is a bit below par, probably somewhere like 20 runs short, because none of the Gujarat players really got going. It was Sai Sudarshan in the end who scored 45 of 39 deliveries, but rest there wasn't a big score. Shubman Gill did look good for his 31, and towards the end it was Rahul Tewatia who scored 22, but apart from that there wasn't a standout batting display. Heck, there was actually a standout bowling display, and who else but Jasprit Bumrah. 4 overs, no maidens, 3 for 14, economy rate of just 3.5, and it felt like Bumrah has curtailed the Gujarat Titans from getting to 190 and just restricting them to just 168. But in reply, 168 was more than enough, because they did win by 6 runs in the end. Ishan Kishan going for a knot. Rohit Sharma did really look really good. The burden of captaincy is now away from him, so he can freely bat in the IPL, something he's not been able to do for a good 10 years now, since he was first appointed captain of the MI franchise in 2013. But here he is, he's scoring 43 of 29 deliveries, but once he was dismissed, there was no steam left. Devil Brewis came in as an impact sub. He tried to get the scoring going. He's scoring 46 of 38 deliveries, scoring some beautiful sixes, I must say. His trademark shot of him scoring a 6 over long on without even looking at the ball is just iconic, and he did score one of those, but in the end it was never enough. Hardik Pandya 11 of 4 towards the end, but when you needed 19 runs of the last over, Hardik Pandya had to stay for a little longer. Unfortunately, that did not happen, which saw Mumbai Indians lose by 6 runs. So at the end of round 1, as we have mentioned, 5 teams with 2 points, and those 5 teams are RR, CSK, PBKS, that's Punjab Kings, Gujarat Titans, and the Kolkata Knight Riders. Quickly mentioning the stats, there is no orange cap for the highest run scorer after round 1, but Sanju Samson has 82. He's leading the run scoring charts, and as far as wickets are concerned, Mustafizur Rahman, as we talked, picked up 4 wickets, and he's leading the wicket taking charts. We will now come back after each team has played 2 matches. There is some out of sync scheduling now, so there could be instances where each team might have played 2 matches, but a certain team might have played 3. We'll just count all of that when we get back to talk about the second round of IPL matches. It's a brilliant start to the tournament. I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you are enjoying it as well from the comfort of your house, from the comfort of your couches. Make sure you tune in and stay tuned to the Cricket Corner podcast, because we are going to talk about the Indian Premier League for the remainder of the next 2 months. So if you are a cricket crazy fan like I am, make sure you are liking, sharing and subscribing on YouTube. If you are watching this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you are giving me those 5-star ratings if you think I deserve them. However, for the time being, this is me, Vatsal Vora, signing off. Ciao for now.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.